G'day, Glenn Morris here from the Smart Energy Lab, and I'm here on day 2 at All Energy in the last few hours of this amazing expo with Darren from Pixii. G'day, Darren.
How you doing, Glenn? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again. And every time I come to the Pixii stand, there is something a bit new and more interesting than last time. What are we standing in front of?
Yeah, this is our new product dropping yesterday, actually. It's called the PowerNode. So this is our 500 kilowatt PCS, and we're just bringing this to market. It's a bit of a new product. It's very new in the market and very unique. Very excited to talk to you about it.
500 kilowatt or kilowatt hour, sorry?
500 kilowatts. And then we just basically talk about the kilowatts first, and then we can talk about energy separately, and that's kind of some of the uniqueness about it. Yeah.
Now, something unique about Pixii is the way that you can manage energy. Is this utilising some of that technology?
Yeah, so building on the success we had with the 48 volt systems, which you're familiar with, and the architecture of modularity, everything we do at Pixii is modular and scalable. And what we've done is taken that up to now 1,000 volts. And this is the same concepts as modular, it's scalable, but at 1,000 volts. So we have higher efficiencies, bigger power, and higher density. And that's the idea with the system. Yeah.
So what capacity are each of the modules?
So behind us here, we have a 125, a PCM 125. So each PCS, which we call PCM Power Conversion Module, is a 125 kilowatt system. So, and then you have 4 of them to combine to 500.
Is this the actual size?
It's pretty much, it's about that big. So we printed it a fairly similar size. So these modules are fitted in a 19-inch rack. That's 125 kilowatts per module. And then they're about a meter deep by about yay wide. And what the customer would get is the full 500 or any of the turned down to 125. So the minimum you can get is 125.
So it's designed for high voltage batteries. What do you use for a battery?
So we use liquid-cooled LFP batteries, and they come in stacks of 215 kilowatt hours or 261 kilowatt hours. And we basically scale those out. So we can choose any number of batteries on the DC bus, but with a minimum of 0.5 C.
So are you battery agnostic and use many brands?
We technically are, but as we've talked before, is that when you integrate with a system, you're designing the complete solution, and we're delivering a solution. So we've designed our systems around a certain set of batteries and done all the work around that. So when you buy a system from us, you're getting a complete solution. Yeah.
So I remember you were using, I think, Polarium batteries before?
Yeah, that's correct. We were working with Polarium, and we have another partner who is Ace Tech batteries, and then now we've got some newer partners in the high voltage battery systems. And what we've done is we've selected some key partners to work with, and we keep that to a minimum so that we make sure we have the best integrations, the best setups with them. Yeah.
So what sort of features has this unit got?
Yeah, sure. So some of the most amazing features, I think, are actually some of the things that people don't see, which is all about the installation. And it's only the people that are installing them that actually get to see that. So we've spent a huge amount of time studying the market and understanding the complexities of installation for people. Like, how do you pull cables? How do you terminate cables? How do you get it off a truck? And how do you move it around? And one of the things about the market at the moment is everyone's moved to these monolithic inverter systems. So they're very, very big, very heavy, hard to transport. And when you start having to have a 100-ton crane every time you lift a thing on and off, the things gets extremely expensive. And so people start talking about what's the dollars per kilowatt of a container, and they only look at that. But that's about 30 to 40% of the price. You've now got 70% of installation cost. So what we're trying to do with this product is get that cost down as low as we can. So we make it forklift transportable. So the entire system is moved with a forklift. You get rid of your crane. We make it easier to install. All the cables are connected to one location. They're all in cable trays. And we basically lower the cost in the transport. And then that's some of the kind of interesting stuff which no one sees. So once it's installed, only the installers knew that problem. Once it's installed, we now start talking about grid resilience. So the main USP of this product, or unique selling proposition, is the grid resilience. So having on-grid, off-grid transition that's seamless, so we can switch from running from grid forming to grid following in 8 milliseconds, technically called seamless. And then we can parallel with generators. We can have a battery system that runs in a DC microgrid. So we design our systems to separate from the grid, so we can have solar on the DC side, we can have generators on the DC side, and even EV chargers. And so that's some of the really great technology on top of the installation. Yeah.
So I'm familiar with the small Pixii modules, which can be basically anything. They can be an inverter or they can be an MPPT. What about these?
Yes, so these both can be inverters, bidirectional or rectifiers. We do have another module for MPPTs. It fits in the same side. So we take two of the modules out, same as a Pixii, and we put MPPTs in there. The same cabinet, we can have a 250 system. Yeah.
So are these in a pre-wired cabinet with a backplane, so you're sort of plugging in these modules, or they're all hardwired?
Yeah, we deliver it complete, so it'll be a complete solution, but it is a backplane, pluggable, serviceable, so you open the back door and everything's on bus bar and you can service and maintain it. And so we're taking the same thing we want to do about the Pixii system is the right to service, and the thing is everything can be accessible, everything you can open and get access to it, but we deliver it as a built solution, yeah.
So for instance, if one of these modules fails, does the whole system fail?
No. So everyone, that's one of the great things about the Pixii system is it's modular, so you take one inverter out. So if you can see the breakers here, each one of them is individually removable. You can turn a breaker off, it isolates it, and you can actually leave it there until you need to replace it, or you can take it out if you need to. Yeah.
Can it also be used for providing grid services like FCAS, arbitrage, etc.?
Yeah, it can. And so we're designing the system around like grid resilience and off-grid. But when we go on-grid, we have all the features like arbitrage, frequency services, and demand management, time of use. And those allow people to then get revenue streams from their battery as well as having the resilience. Yeah.
Wow, it kind of does it all. And it's certainly grown up from the little Pixii boxes to these big ones. I think I had a silly name for them, but what are we calling this?
So this is the PowerNode. Yeah, it's definitely grown up. I think we started in the distributed energy and the smaller systems, and our customers asked us to go bigger and bigger. And the problems got bigger and bigger, and how do we do 500 kilowatt, how do we do 1 megawatt off-grid? And we've followed that trend and started going into the bigger systems. Yeah.
So for those who don't know much about Pixii, can you tell us a bit about the company?
Yeah, so we're Norwegian headquartered. We're a Scandinavian, a Norwegian headquartered team, come from the telco background. So they've developed power conversion modules for many, many years. And once Pixii started and commercialized the Pixii box, which is a fairly unique bidirectional rack-mounted inverter system, and then they brought that to the world, and we joined in 2021. The team in Australia was established. And we've now grown into become a DNSP supplier, and our main customers are DNSPs. And we provide a lot of our battery systems to the DNSPs. Globally, we sell a lot of our systems to EV charging, and we've become very well known for very quiet systems, very safe systems because they're 48 volts. And because of modularity, we're very scalable. And we found quite a bit of success in speed to market because we can scale out our systems, individual cabinets, and we can build big systems up with many little cabinets. And that's been loved worldwide. So that's us.
What about community batteries? Is it something that you can provide as well?
Yeah, Pixii has delivered quite a few community batteries. That we do them with the product that we use in the moment. It's called the PSXD. And that stands for Power Shaper Extra Dense. And that's based on our 48 volt architecture. And the reason that is used a lot is it's extremely quiet. So we spent a lot of time designing a system to get quiet. And, some of the early systems, we had some noise complaints because they got put very, very close to houses. And what that led us to do is redesign the whole way the noise attenuation's done. So we have one of the quietest systems on the market now, full power, 1 meter from it, it's around 56 dB. And that's incredibly quiet for a 60 kilowatt system that's at 145 kilowatt hours. And that we're having a lot of other success because of the certification that we do. So all of our systems go through a very rigorous certification for safety standards, and we deliver a system completely certified, and that's why the community battery, it's become a very popular product.
I can certainly testify that the PowerNode is very quiet. I cannot hear a thing at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really important if you're putting it in a public area, like you say, near homes, that it's not upsetting people with noisy fans. So great. What about support? If a customer has a problem with your product, where's support coming from?
So we're based in Brisbane, so our engineering and support teams are all in Brisbane, but we have partners around the country. We have an office in Sydney, and with us, it's a local team, local engineering, and so a lot of the engineering support and direct customer service is here in Australia, and our team operates out of the Brisbane office to also support Globe as well. So a lot of our engineering support goes globally from Australia. And then, as I said, we have supply partners in certain areas. So if we can't reach the customer, we would usually have a strategic partnership in that area, and they would be the first line of online support, and then we would be the people that would support them in the background.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Darren. Excited to see Pixii's grown up to be the PowerNode. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, Simon.